Dear student, today we are learning next point from chapter number 2, real number. The point is third. It is a new point for you. So before starting, let us study first roots of positive rational number. You already studied in your 8th standard. Here if I take x is any number, any rational number, and here I square it. So x square is equal to suppose 5. So when you take this square on another hand side, it will become a square root. Okay. So this square root may be positive, otherwise negative. So here I get this value, here I write it. So you know root 5 is a irrational number. So sometime we get irrational number or sometime we get rational number also. Suppose here I use suppose x square is equal to suppose 16. Okay, so when you take this square root square on another hand side, so you will get 16. So 16 is a square of 4. So it may be positive, otherwise negative. So this positive and negative 4 is a rational number. So therefore here I write these next steps. Here positive root 5 and negative 5 both are irrational number. Here I take cube root of 64. So when this cube goes on another hand side, it will become cube root, and its answer is plus and minus 4. So again this plus and minus 4 are rational number. So sometime we get rational, otherwise sometime we get irrational, or sometime we get rational number. So when we get irrational number, then only this given value is called surd. So here I write one conclusion. If n is a positive integer, this power, here we are using this power. If this n is a positive integer and x raised to n is equal to suppose a, here we get this value. Okay, then we can write x is the nth root of a. This x is the nth root of a. So we can write nth root like this also. Otherwise we can use this symbol also. So this is called nth root of a. So it may be rational, otherwise irrational. So you know when this value becomes irrational, then this given value is called surd. So here I make one definition for surd. If n is any integer greater than 1, this value of n has to be greater than 1. And if a is a positive real number and nth root of a is x, you know this nth root of a is x, then here we are writing nth root of a is equal to x. Then we can write this x raised to n is equal to a also. So here I write this statement. And this, if a is a positive rational number, if this value of a is positive rational number and its nth root of a is x, and if this value of x, here I am saying again and again, if this value of x is equal to irrational number, then this x is called surd. This x means this value is called surd. So let us create some. Here this symbol is called radical sign. This n power is called order of surd, and this a is called radicand. So let us create some surds. Here the value of n means the order of the surd is 5. So first write down like this and write down this radicand inside this sign. So this is the surd. Similarly, we can write this second statement. First write down this radical sign, then write down this order. This here the order is 4 and radicand is 13. Now in next question, here we have to find out is this given value is surd or not. So you know 81, here the order of this surd is 2. Okay, so you can directly find out it is third or not. So when you take square root of 81, see 81 is a square of 9. Okay, so when you take square root of 89, you will get positive, otherwise negative 9. So 9 is a rational number, and because it is a rational number, it is not a surd. You know, for surd this value has to be irrational number, but here we get this value is equal to 9. But we will solve it by using some another method. Here I am assuming this root 81 is equal to suppose p. Now take square on both sides. Here I am taking square because here the order is 2. So it's opposite action we have to take. So here I am taking square on both sides. So when you square on both sides, this square and square root symbol will eliminate each other, and we will get this step. 81 is equal to p square. Now you know 81 is a square of 9 plus otherwise minus 9. So therefore here I write this statement. Now we know that 81 is a square of 9 and 9 is a rational number. Therefore 81 is not a surd. Similarly, in next question, cube root of 25. So here I select, suppose this is equal to y. Then take cube on both sides. Okay, so when you take cube on both sides, these symbols will eliminate and you will get 125 is equal to y cube. Now you know that 125 is a cube of 5. So again we are getting this rational number, and therefore this given number is not a surd. Let us see next one. Square root of 11 is suppose equal to z. Now take again square on both sides. So 11 is equal to z square. So you know this 11 is not a square number. You know all square numbers 1, 4, 9, 16. So 11 lies somewhere here in 9 and 16. So 11 is not a square number. So because it is not a square number, so when you solve this by using this division method, you know how to solve it. You will get here one irrational number, and because it is a irrational number, it is a surd. Now let us solve one more example. Fourth root of 81. You know square as well as cube also, but you don't know fourth power of any number. So to solve this question, either you have to find out fourth power of 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Otherwise we can use one more method in which we will simply factorize it 81. So here I am factorizing it. 81 can be divisible by 3. So we will get 27. So again 27 can be divisible by 3. You will get 9. Again this 9 can be divisible by 3. So these are the factors of 81. Okay, so here you can write this 81. Here I am just selecting suppose any letter. Fourth root of 81 is suppose equal to p. So take fourth power on both sides. Here we are taking fourth power on both sides. Okay, so fourth power and fourth root will cancel and you will get only 81, which is equal to p square. Now use here factors. Our factors was 3 into 3 into 3, 4 times 3. So you can write this 3 as a 3 raised to 4 is equal to p raised to 4. Now look at the powers. Here on both sides the power are same. Okay, therefore we can say that because these powers are same, when you take fourth root of 81 you will get value 3. So again this 3 is a rational number, and because it is a rational number, this fourth root of 81 is not a surd. In next question, fifth power of 64. So here I factor it's this 64. So suppose this is equal to here I am again taking q. Now take fifth power on both sides. So on left hand side you will get 64 is equal to q raised to 5. Now we can factorize this 64 as 4 into 4 into 4. Okay, so we can write this 4 as 4th cube is equal to q raised to 5. So on both sides these powers are not same. Okay, so here we will not get fifth power of 64 because 64 is not a fifth power of any number. So here I write some sentences. So fifth root of 64 is an irrational number because this fifth power of 64 is 64 is not a fifth power of any number, and therefore it is a surd, because we will get, if you solve this, if you find out this value fifth power of 64, you will get irrational number, and therefore it is a surd. So in these examples we study some different values for n. For here we study for 2, 3, 4, and here we study also for 5 also. Okay, so in this 9th standard we will study only n is equal to 2. Means we will study only square root. So because this power is 2, it is called quadratic surd. So let us study some quadratic surd. Here we will first simplify the given surd. So first use some square number. So these are the square number. Okay, so here first factorize this 50 in the form of this square number. So out of this square number we can use this 25. So here I am factorizing. Here I am using first square number 25. 25 into which number you will get 50? The answer is 2. Okay, so 25 2s are 50. Now 25 is a square of 5. So take this 25 outside this radical sign. So when it comes out, it will become only 5, and in radical sign the radicand is only 2. So this is the simplest form of root 50. Let us solve one more example. Root 20. So here we can factorize this root 20 in the form of 4. So 4 into 5 becomes 20. 4 5s are 20. So next step, take this 4 outside. So when it comes out, it will become 2. And in radical sign, the radicand is 5. So again, this is the answer or simplest form of root 20. Let us solve one more example. In this example, this 48 can be factorized in the form of 16 threes. Okay, so 16 is a square of 4. So when it comes out, it will become 4, and in radical sign, radicand is only 3. So in this way we can simplify the given surds. Let us see next point, like surd and unlike surd. Like and unlike surd means, suppose p and q are any two rational numbers, and if these are coefficients of surd. For example, here I am writing nth root of a, and here also nth root of a. So see here, the power of this surd is same and the radicand is also same. Okay, so because this radicand and power of these surds are same, we can say these two given surds are like surds. And if sometime if suppose if it is in this form, now here you can see power of these surds are different. So here the radicands are same, but the power are different. So therefore these are not a like surd, means it is a these are the unlike surds. Similarly, if these radicands, if these powers are same but the radicands are different, okay, then also you can say these given surds are unlike surds. So here I create one definition. P and Q are rational number, then these given surds are called like surds. So here I write some examples. Here you can see 7 and 8. So here 7 means P and 8 means Q. And you can see here the power is 2. Not given, it means 2 because it is a quadratic surd. And the radicands are 5 and 5. At both surds, this power and radicands both are same. Therefore, these are the examples of like surds. Here also you can see these are like surds. Now let us find out, is this given surds are like surd or unlike surd. So first convert this 75 into its simplest form. So you know how to convert it. First factorize in the form of square number. So you can select here 25 square number. 25 3 is a 75. Now take this 75 outside. So it will become 5, and in radicand side only 3 is a radicand. So this is the simplest form of 75. Similarly, we can solve 125. So here I am again factorizing it by using this square number 25 5s. So now take this 25 outside. So it will become 5, and in radicand side the radicand is 5. So these are the two simplest form. So here you can see the coefficients are same. It means P is equal to Q. Here we are getting P is equal to Q. Okay. But the radicands, here the radicand is 3 and here the radicand is 5. Orders are same. At both places the orders are 2 and 2. Orders are same, but these radicands are different. So now it is in the form of A and B. Okay. So therefore, due to this reason, these are not like surds, or you can say these are unlike surds. Let us see one more example. Here the example comes with this plus and minus symbol and with some coefficient also. So first convert this 12 only. Here 5 is already outside. So you can convert this 12 in the form of 4 3s. Okay. So now take this 4 outside. So when it comes out, it will become 2. And in radicand sign 3. So this answer is equal to 10 root 3. So here I write it. Now convert this second surd. So here is a minus 2 and this is the 147. So we can use here 49 into 3. So when you multiply it, you will get 147. So take this 49 outside. So when it comes out, it will become 7, and in radicand side, radicand is 3. So here the multiplication is minus 14 root 3. So here again at both places you can see P and Q are different, but the value of N is 2 and the value of A is 3. It means the order is same as well as the radicand's value is also same. So therefore, due to this reason, the given surds are like surds. So from this two solved equation, you know that these surds are not looking like surds. So first we have to simplify it, and then we have to find out after simplification the conclusion. Is the given surds are like or unlike. So we can find out this conclusion by using this simplest form or simplification of these surds. Now let us study comparison of surd. You know, if suppose A and B are any two positive real numbers. Suppose if A is greater than 1, then their square is also greater than 1. Suppose here I am taking 2 and 3. Okay. So wait, here suppose here I am taking 5 and 3. So you know 5 is greater than 3. So if you square it, you will get 25 and 9. So if A is greater than B, then you can say a square is also greater than b square. Similarly, if a is less than b, so its square is also less, a square is also less than b square, and if these two values are same, then their square will be also same. So let us study this example, root of 20 and square root of 18. Here you can directly say that this 20 is greater than 18, okay, because here the order of this surd is same. So due to this order, you can directly say if this a is greater than b, then this root of a is greater than root of b. So we can solve this example by two methods. The first method is normal observe this value. Here you can see this 20 is greater than 18. Therefore, root of 20 is also greater than 18. Okay. Otherwise, take square on both sides. Take square of 20 also, root 20 also, and take square of root 18 also. So when you take square, this square root and square will cancel, okay, and you will get only 20 and 18. So you know, if this 20 is greater than 18, then this root 18 must be greater than root 18. So here I write this answer. Now in next question, it comes with some coefficient with p and q, okay. So here again we can solve this by two methods. The first method, in which we will transfer this 5 inside this radical symbol. So here I am first taking this 5 inside this radical sign. So here is a 2. So when you take this 5 inside, it will become its square. So square of 5 is nothing but 25. Okay. Similarly, here also in radical sign 3 is already there. Take this 6 inside. So when it goes inside, it will become 36. So here I am writing 25 and 36. So 25 2s are 50 and 36 3s are 108. So from this value you can say 50 is less than 108, and therefore this first radical, its first surd is less than 6 root 3. Similarly, we can solve this by using square method also. So here I squaring on both sides. So when you take square, this 5 becomes 25 and root 2 becomes only 2. Okay. So you will get here 50. Similarly here 6 becomes 36 into 3 only. So when you square it, you will get, when you multiply, you will get 108. So from this, again you can conclude this. 5 root 2 is less than 6 root 3. Sometime this value may be same. Means you will get 50 is equal to suppose 50. Then you can say if this value is same, these both given surds may be equal. So in this manner we find out is the given value is surd or not. Then we find the simplest form of given quadratic surd by using square number. Then we find like surds and unlike surds by using simplest form of given surds. And in last question, we compare given surd greater than, less than or equal to by using these two methods. Either take this constant inside this radical sign, otherwise take square on both sides. Sometime the order of surds may be asked. So here let us find out the order of this surd. Here 5 is a coefficient, it is not a surd. Okay. So here the value of this surd is inside this V shape. So it is not given, it means here the value is 2. Suppose the surd is like this. So here the value of n is equal to 3. Therefore, the order of this surd is equal to 3. Sometime the question may be in this form also. Here are two radical signs are used. So at that time we will just multiply these orders. Here the order is 2 and here the inside a radical sign the order is 3. So we can write this radical sign as a common and we can multiply this order. So you will get here value 6. So 6 is the order of this given surd. So that's it in this video. See you in the next video with operation on surd, in which we will do addition, subtraction, multiplication and division.